Good day, everyone. I am Anthony Jeff Del Rosario, and I will be giving you a short presentation about the Hellenic language. So, for today's agenda, we will try to identify the basic vocabulary, grammatical patterns, phonetic rules, and the history of the language. So, for the basic vocabulary, I want to start off with the fact. Did you know that Greek is ranked as the richest language in the world with 5 million words and 70 million word types? So for basic Greek words and phrases, we'll start off with something that you need to know if you plan on visiting Greek or if you plan on talking with the Greek person. So first we have hello. Now their hello is pronounced as yasu. Now the relaxed way of saying hi would just be ya. When addressing a group, say yasas. Next up, we have good morning. As you can see here, it is read as I'm sorry, my Greek is not that good. Kalimera. Now, good afternoon or good evening is said as Kalispera. You can use these greetings depending on the time of day. But again, as it said beforehand, ya is the standard greeting. And lastly, if you want to thank someone, you will say Efkaristo. For the basic vocabulary, English and Greek also share a lot of similarities. They have nouns, articles, adjectives, verbs, pronouns, adverbs, conjunctions, and prepositions. But for this presentation, we will only be focusing on the five first ones. Now, for the noun. Now, we can see here in the example, it says igata, which means the cat. Now, the noun here is the cat. And for articles, igata, the article here is the. For adjectives, we have imikirigata, the small cat. Mikri means small. And for verb, we have igotreho, which means I run. Now for pronouns, we have, as again, igotreho. Ego meaning I. For Greek grammar, we have, well, I would say that it's pretty basic. So I'm just going to give you, because I'm going to give you the basics of it. So for the sentence structure, the Greek language follows the SVO pattern, like the English language, which is the subject verb object pattern. And for the tenses, we have present, aorist, and imperfect. So for present tense, it is a continuing action, something happening continuously or repeatedly, a general truth, or something that is in the process of happening. An example of this can be I cook every day. Now, aorist is an action that happened in the past, provides no information on how long it took or whether the results are still in effect. An example sentence is I cooked yesterday. Now, imperfect is an action that happened in the past for a long period of time or in a repetitive way. Last week, I was cooking every day. Now, for the moods, we have indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. Indicative means it presents the action or the event as something certain or real. An example of this is, again, I cook every day. Now, for the subjunctive mood, this presents the action or the event as something wanted, expected, or wished for. I want to cook every day. And imperative mood may express a command, request, or desire, like cook now. Now, for nouns and articles, we have the genders, which are masculine, feminine, and neuter. And cases, nominative, which the noun is the subject or the predicate of the sentence. Genitive, this case is typically used to express possession or indirect objects among other things. And accusative, the noun is typically the object of the sentence or a part of a prepositional phrase. Now, for vocative, we have this We have this when addressing someone or something. For adjectives, adjectives are placed before the noun, but they get declined according to the gender of the noun they refer to, as well as the number and the case. Now, for adverbs, they are placed either right after the verb or at the end of the sentence. Now, for phonetics, the Greek alphabet has 24 letters, some of them representing sounds that are not part of the English language. Here is an example so you can look at it online. And for Greek history now, the Greek language is first attested written in an awkward syllabic script on clay tablets dating to the 14th to 13th century BCE rather. It belongs to a large family of languages attested across Europe, Western and Central Asia, Persia, and India. This language group is known as Indo-European. They descended from the Proto-Indo-European. And this ancestor language is not attested but can be crudely reconstructed by comparing with daughter languages. Now, the history of Greek before the 13th century BCE can, to a certain extent, be pieced together by comparing the reconstructed parent language rather, with the earliest attested forms of Greek. So that's it. Thank you for listening. And if you want to see my resources, you can look at it individually on each slide presented to you. That is all. Thank you.